Hello, and welcome to another episode of To Be Announced here on the Subsume Network, where we are giving you the previous week's geek stories from comic books to video games to movies to everything in between. We are your one-stop shop. One-stop shop? Yeah, sure, why not? We're your one-stop shop. There you go, makes sense. And as always, here for the news, we will have.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl Jabbachan. How y'all doing?
And as well.
Hey, it's me, Joynfinity, aka Evie. Even though you can't see it because I got a green screen, but bam.
There we go. How are you all doing this day, this fine weekend?
Chilling. Weather's been pretty decent.
It is. We're all wearing short sleeve shirts,
Yes.
possibly shorts. I mean,
Yes.
so
We
we're at
are.
that point. There is no
I'm-
return. It is the
I'm wearing long
season
pants.
of lotion. It is the season of many bottles of lotion.
Cocoa
Gasoline,
butter.
That's
Cocoa butter, all of that.
coconut oil,
shea butter.
all the things. There you go.
Little tip: almond milk, body butter, and body yogurt. Moisturizes very well. It's a little bit lighter, not as heavy. When it gets hot,
Okay.
you know how you can be like, kind of like heavy. Like if you do use a shea
Yeah.
butter, shea butter is more winter time. Shea butter, cocoa butter, I would say more winter, unless you have dry skin in general. But little tip: spring, summer, start switching over to almond. Look, body butter, lotion, or a body yogurt. I'm using it. My first time using it. The body yogurt, very nice and light, feels good. I think I've turned
Does it
a corner here.
smell good?
Yes.
It better.
It
Okay.
will not conflict with whatever like perfume or cologne or whatever that
Okay.
you wear. It won't conflict with it at all. So it's
Got
like,
it.
so yeah, that's just a little lotion tip there, because look, lotion is very important this time of year, especially. But aside from that, let's start going on with the news. One of the first things that's going on right now is Whoopi Goldberg. We all know her. Hopefully you love her.
I
I know
do.
she can be divisive at times, but I mean, she's been in geek centric circles for a while, especially because of two particular things: general Ghost,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously uh, Star Trek: The Next Generation
Mm-hmm.
as Gaia, being such a pivotal character that you would not have thought about it, and bringing blackness, just
Mm-hmm.
beautiful blackness to Star Trek. She has a comic coming out called The Change, which is going to be through Dark Horse Comics. This is about an older woman,
Ooh.
married, who in her later years starts to develop superpowers. But she's been like kind of a geek all her life. She's loved comic books, she's loved video games, and with the help of her grandson, she figures out how to kind of develop and use these powers. There was a article about it on Dark Horse themselves. The book, first off, it's Whoopi Goldberg, so I was in, so I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
down with it. And this just looks like a lot of fun. This is pretty much, it's about a woman named Isabella Frost. Is a woman who spent her life as wife, mother, and grandmother. And she's a college graduate. She has a degree in science. Everything. I think this is really cool. I talked about this the other day. I'm going to say it again because I don't understand why we don't have more stories like this. Give me more. We talk about representation. When we talk about representation, we usually talk about skin color, which,
Mm-hmm.
yes, we do need varying shades of skin color. Obviously, different races, ethnicities, genders, sexualities across the board, all spectrums we do. But we also need age. And I needed a comic with an older black woman as the hero, as the lead, as the protagonist. It's just awesome to see. So I love this, and the fact this is getting a bigger spotlight is wonderful. I love it. Age and also body types as well. We don't get a lot of
Mm-mm.
representation as far as that goes. We really don't, because there are. If I look at all the comics I have and I think about body types, as far as like maybe BBW or big girls or big beautiful women, as is known, BBW, you'll get anything from athletic, you'll get thick, you'll get curvy, but you won't have anyone like that. There aren't too many. I can think of maybe three off the top of my head. Maybe Black Mariah from Luke Cage, Faith from Valiant Comics, and Ursula, who I think is going to be getting a comic through Dynamite because of Disney villains. I think that might be the ones I can think of off the top of my head again.
I mean, she is thick.
Yes. So I'm so happy about this. This is really cool. Like I said, we need more stories with older women, especially older women of color, especially older Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it is a superhero comic or like whatever the genre, it's just more of the leads because there are a lot of older Black women out there, obviously, and they have incredible stories, either from their lives or stories that they may have had in their head, and they never got a chance to write it because they were a demographic that was not being looked at.
Mm-hmm.
So, Whoopi,
Yeah.
thank you very much again. On top of all the other things that we can thank you for, I'm very happy to read this. This is going to be coming out. Let me double check. I want to say it's going to be coming out later this year. Yeah, it's scheduled for in bookstores November 28th of 2003 and comic book shops November 29th of 2023. But it's now available for pre-order at Amazon, your Barnes and Nobles, your local comic book shop, bookstores, anything like that. Retail price so far has been set for $17.99.
That's not
That's
bad.
Yeah, that's like your average price for. I mean, it could be a lot more. Some comics you see
Mm-hmm.
like their first thing, and because there's celebrity involved, $30, $40, what have you. $18, great price. I'm all in. I'm digging it. Thank you very much, Whoopi. I don't know what you want me to
Yeah. I love that because there are certain comic books that really hit the core of like who we are as people, and for her to go into
Mm-hmm.
detail about her changes, like her literal changes,
Mhm.
it helps everyone, but
Mhm.
specifically talking about me and us, well, specifically me as a cisgendered Black woman who is getting older. I know
Mhm.
nothing about the change. Like it's something that in our communities that we don't really discuss in detail until we
Yeah.
get there.
Mhm.
And then it's like, the hot flashes and the this and the that and blah, blah, blah. And we really don't make it openly available. Another reason why I speak so openly about like my period. Like people have always been like, oh my God. And obviously people don't have to talk about it the same way I do, but to see it just being on the front page, like, look, this can be spoken about in a way that is palatable or palpable to all audiences, and it doesn't have to be just a women's issue. Like this is something that happens for anyone.
It's life.
It's life. And
Mm-hmm.
it makes me feel a lot more inspired because I wanted to do a comic about multiple sclerosis. I wanted to talk about the different changes or the different symptoms that someone's body may go through, and I'm like, this is literally what I want to do, but it's Whoopi did it, which is for this thing. So I'm like, oh my God, there is an audience out there. And it makes it so happy. Like it makes it so wonderful to be like, oh, well, if Dark Horse can get behind that, I'm so excited. I can't even talk. If they can get behind that, I would love to see like Image pick up a lot of things that we haven't really put to the forefront yet of like life issues or life
Agreed.
things.
I think anything like that. I want to say Dark Horse did it because it was Whoopi. I mean, obviously, if if Whoopi Goldberg walks into your office and says, "Hey, I'd like to do this," you're already going to have the contract. Yeah, go. Yeah, do whatever you want. You're Whoopi Goldberg. So I think that's obviously why. But we do need more stories of different things that happen in people's lives, whatever
Mhm.
change or whatever illnesses or whatever life events have happened that you don't hear because we kind of put on blinders as saying, oh, well, I want to deal with that when it happens. And not just talking about it openly. So when it does happen, we normalize those conversations so
Mhm.
people know. I have one of the biggest thing that I've seen is there are two comics I can think of. One is called Superb from Catalyst Prime. I can't remember the name of the other comic, but the lead characters had Down syndrome.
Mm.
Exactly,
That's
which
definitely
is
not. Yeah.
you don't, and that was one thing that drew me to the book. That and the fact that it was Dr. Sheena Howard was co-writing along
Ooh.
with David F. Walker, and the Alita Martinez took over art, I believe, from Ray Anthony Height. So that roster of talent right there, I was like, yeah, bet I want to check this out. So there are so many books where we can talk about things that we kind of just want to push to the side and push off in a
Mhm.
corner. So a comic about a chronic illness, yeah. And I think it's a perfect thing to have as far as an indie book,
Mhm.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that can definitely happen. And I mean, you know people and you have channels that if you're able to get information about it and figure that out, I would say do it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're actually on the channel of a comic book publisher.
Of course.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's from that happened. There you go. So yeah. Sure, you're up next.
I have something that I mean, we both actually have something. Jabbachan and I have something. It was undeniable to even talk about it. I mean, I had been scouring the interwebs for pages of things, and yes, there are some news that I was like, "Oh, this is cute," but I felt like it was too personal to me. But this one is like worldwide. Obviously, we're talking about Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Make sure I will say that right.
Yeah.
It was. I don't want to mess it up. I'm on the whole platform and I messed up the thing. But unfortunately, I don't play Zelda, so it's like, Joy, why are you talking about this? The fact that this game was so loved, like this next, sequel of like, everyone, Breath of the Wild, yes, Breath of the Wild, that have been still loved to this day. But when this game came out on May 12th, specifically, there was lines for it, and to see the love not only just from Nintendo, but to see the love from Xbox and PlayStation, I was like, oh my god, they don't really do that. They're never ones to like congratulate another like competitor. So just the fact that they were like, yo, Hyrule, we're back, baby. I was like, what? It's nice to see that the walls of division are coming down slowly. It's not just, well, they're Nintendo. Like literally, they're Nintendo. Like bow down. They have been here. Like don't sit here and be like, oh, Zelda, whatever. No, I still unfortunately have not played a lot of Zelda games, but I do have a wonderful partner behind me, my baby, who has played Zeldas more than me, and I want to respect them. And it's just cool to see that the love is real in 2023. And that's just, my thought about it. But it seems honestly like the news, it's only been a day. It's only been a day, and people are like loving it. Like 10 out of 10. Like this is perfect. I can't wait for the next one. This is awesome. And I'm like, all right, it makes me want to like actually go get it. So
when was the last Zelda game?
Breath of the Wild, right before the pandemic.
Was that 2017?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
Was the last one.
But I mean, the franchise of Zelda is so beloved. It's one of those ones that you could put it up against Mario Brothers, truthfully, as far as like Nintendo goes. As far as like you can figure which one is like that. I don't want to say flagship, but that one that's like their marquee, and you could put them neck and neck.
Yeah.
Honestly, which is beautiful. So for other companies, which like you said, does not happen in video games. It might happen in some other, like as far as but yeah, for some reason in video games, the companies, it doesn't happen. It doesn't like you don't hear them say, hey man, that Call of Duty.
Slit.
It's all right. You really don't. So that is, what folks do. We're giving you the news, but we're giving you some positive stuff too to make you, to make you feel good. It's nice.
Oh yeah. And I'll say, Zelda, like, I may not know much about it for real, but I knew if I didn't say something about it, they'd be like, well, how come Joy didn't say anything about Zelda? Like, just no, I see way more people that have the Triforce and the Hyrule and the like, and there's a lot more of that I see in gamers, especially when you go to conventions and stuff. They will definitely put some Zelda Link stuff on versus, to me, Mario. Like it's been, I see a lot more Legend of Zelda fans outwardly speaking their love than
I feel like you have more of a diverse world for Zelda than you do for Mario. I mean, I'm just saying because there are more characters, at least within the Zelda realm, that you can that people can relate to. Like, yes, we know Mario has obviously Mario and Luigi. We have Princess Peach. We have a Princess was it Daisy? We have Bowser. We have Yoshi, Wario, and Waluigi. But that's really and Toad. But that's really about it compared to like Legend of Zelda. If you could go to any one of those games and it's literally, oh yeah, we have this person from Ocarina of Time. Then we have this one from George Mass, and then we have this one from this one. Like they're all going to be different. Where like you don't see them come back into like the same game, maybe like once or twice as like cameos, or might be like minor Easter eggs and stuff.
Side note: I went to a concert at Barclays Center. I'm starting to remember. I can't remember why, but I was actually supposed to go with one of our cousins, not the one that's y'all see right now, but the other cousin. But he couldn't make it, so I actually took my best friend's little brother to the Legend of Zelda orchestra concert. And
that would be nice.
It was beautiful. And again, I don't play. The last one I played was Twilight Princess, I think, or the one where you turn into a werewolf or something. I don't remember.
I remember that one. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I know which one you're talking about.
Legit, the last one I played I was not a fan, but because I'm silly and I don't know, I don't like hard work. But Zelda's hard work, and I was like, oh my god. But the music was beautiful. I cried. Yes. Like it was just the oh my god. And the little brother, my little big brother, was looking at me, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, yo, I can see this being a whole cult, like a happy cult of why people are so dedicated to this game. And I hadn't even played it. So I'm saying all props, peace, love, positivity to Zelda, Legend of Zelda. I hope that it's smashing records as we speak. So, excited.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those franchises that hopefully it's the next one. I mean, there was an animated series years ago, when they used to have like those animated things on. They want to say it was NBC on Saturday mornings, but hopefully, with the success of Mario Brothers, we can get a Zelda movie as well, because you can think of all the properties again that you can do with it, and you can if they pace it the same way that they did Mario Brothers. And have little Easter eggs and everything in there like that they did, and lay them out. Honestly, that would be so much fun too. Like, because even if you're not a fan of the game, it. And I would be in the theater watching that movie. And I'm not a huge player, but I would still watch it.
Are you talking about the cartoon where he's like, well, excuse me, princess?
I forgot there was a cartoon for that.
I think so, yeah. I think there might have been 2 animated series, but but the one I'm thinking of is the one that you're talking about, yeah.
It's the same one where it's like the Smurfs. It was drawn by people who did the Smurfs, but not really.
Yeah, it was all I want to say maybe Hanna-Barbera was the company. Because they were the big animated company, like the big animation company back then.
Yeah,
I think it might have been Hanna-Barbera, but that was a long time ago, because it was part of like Captain Lou Albano. That's a name I haven't heard in I don't know how long.
Captain Lou, I gotta Google it.
That was like he was a wrestler for WWE. Then he was WWF at the time. And then he was a manager, and then there was this whole thing between him and Cyndi Lauper and WrestleMania 1 or 2, I think. So that's how long ago it was, because we're at WrestleMania 39 just passed, I want to say. So but that would be awesome. I would really, really enjoy that. Now, since we have a story about Zelda, we're going to use some of that energy flow and go right up to Jabbachan.
Point up to me. And speaking about smashing records, somebody beat Legend of Zelda already. And do you guys want to know the time? How long?
Yes.
It's been 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 33 seconds. Somebody speed ran that entire game.
Is it that short?
No. So here's the thing. I've been seeing stuff like, throughout TikTok, like, for showing the map. Obviously, between like me and Joy, we've been showing it to a certain friend of ours who's a huge Legend of Zelda fan. And looking at the map, it is literally massive. Even when the person that was streaming it, she literally was like, holy crap. But in the other version of it, when she saw how big the map was. But yes, there is a YouTube video out of the YouTuber named Gymnast86 who beat it first within 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 33 seconds. I haven't watched it, but I'm like, how? Like, how? It's amazing, like, on how to beat that. Like, unless it was like something where like he skipped through all like the cutscenes and the dialogues and stuff like that, I can kind of get where you can shorten your time, but not in an hour.
That makes me what? Hold on. How I'm gonna Google. I'm gonna Google how long to beat because that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, was this their first time playing it through, or this was like their second time playing it? Because I figure once you play it once and you know where everything's at, you pretty much know the gist. Then you can speed run it through because you know where everything's going to be pop up. You don't need to worry about anything like that. Which is what I'm always curious about with speed runners. I'm always curious about that.
Well, obviously, like, you know, if this person must have got it digitally, because you can get it digitally once the game is, like, you know, released if you don't want to get a physical copy.
Right.
And as soon as midnight hit, if they already pre-ordered it, started playing it, like I said, literally, if you bypass all the cutscenes, and nowadays, like, you can, with certain games, you can skip cutscenes where you don't have to watch them and skip all the dialogue. Like, how many? I'm pretty sure all of us have done where it's like, all right, I don't want to hear you talking, so like press X or press A, and like shut up. It
depends on the game, but yeah, sometimes I don't want to hear you.
According to how long to beat, this game, the main story only is 39 hours.
That sounds about right.
If you want to do the main and the side quest, you want to be a side quest person.
Mm-hmm.
That's 68 and a half hours. And if you're a completionist and you like all that, the bells and whistles, everything, you want to get it all, it takes 119 hours for this game. I don't know how you did in an hour, but okay.
So they had to just be going like you were saying, cutscenes and going straight to. So if they weren't doing nothing on the side, if somebody was bleeding, asking for help, nope, gotta go. I don't have time.
Right, like I'm not saving you. I'm not breaking no gems. I'm not trying to find no horse. Not trying to get no extra fairies. We just gonna go in, kill the bad guy, and then that's it. But it's all on YouTube, and like I said, with the articles that we have posted, you'll be able to see the actual clip of the person speed running it through. I don't know if I really want to watch it as well because I still have to play the game. So it's like, and I know I will lose context where we're like, what's happening? And just probably see like random explosions and Link probably losing his mind, flipping around and slashing stuff and throwing stuff all over the place. But yeah, so that's a record breaking. I think now people are trying to beat that or trying to go back and beat Breath of the Wild with a shorter time. I think now don't quote me, from what I heard, speed running that was maybe like 3 hours for Breath of the Wild. I think. I know it was less than 8 hours. Let's put it like that. It was less than 8 hours. It was like a standard work shift. So I'm thinking about like 3 hours.
Dang. I don't know why that was funny.
It's because we can all relate. We're like, yeah.
A standard 8 hour work shift.
You clock in. Wow, that's. You know what? More power to them. If you can do it, and you can make it. I mean, now I wonder if anybody's going to try to beat that record.
There's been people trying.
I mean, wow.
I mean, last time I wanted this to be fun. Like, I don't want. I mean, it's competitive. Then fine, you know, beat it in the fastest time. But you paid how much money to just play it for an hour? Like,
see, that's another thing. And also, imagine like the carpal tunnel and like the arthritis in your fingers trying to.
No.
You know what? Now, do they have like, because of like competitive gaming and everything that we have now in esports, do they have some type of league or something like that where they speed run games?
I'm pretty sure they do. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think I'd be okay with watching like 4 or 5 players speed run and see who's the fastest. I think I'd be okay with that. That would be
interesting. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a show that's in the works of what you just said. Like, there's got to be a show. Someone has had to have said those words to some type of network executive.
Not until now. That's Dedrin. Yeah. Let's put this on the list. Let's put this on the list, sir. Let's put this on the list because I'm going to be calling you actually probably tomorrow and have some stuff anyway.
It does make me feel. I don't know if I actually want this or not because I would feel bad, but I'm also like, no, there needs to be like the actual version of a game, like the real version or the full version. And then if you're an adult, is it like the abridged version? Like I need to just get through the main stuff. So I don't know if it's like the trimmed down version of a game. So
pretty much you want just the story.
Yeah.
Just the story, not the full con. So like pretty much where it's like if no side missions need to help you level up your character, you just want to play just the story and that's it.
Just the main quest. I mean, you can do that now. I mean, you don't have to do side like just that, like just so you basically want game light or game core.
Yeah,
like that's what you want, just a core. Game core. Hey, Dedra, write that down too, Dedra. Write that down.
Because like I understand what Joy is mentioning, because like especially since like for like open world games, there's been a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, you just want to get this special weapon just so you could beat this boss, but then you got to go get a side quest that leads into another side quest. You got to talk to Becky, who need to talk to Peanut, who need to talk to Boogie down the street, who need to talk to Keisha with 5 other kids just to get one gem, and then you still have to go back and talk to somebody else to get the rest of the items. So it's like, I just want to, okay, I gotta beat this person, cool. I gotta go up this bridge, fine. I gotta pay out this amount of money, cool, got it.
Because the game I'm talking about. I don't want to do all that. You know the game I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The main game, which I had to stop playing because I'm like, you know what? I had never worked. The hardest I probably ever worked for a video game had been Final Fantasy X-2 at this point, like printing out where all of the Guardian Force, Aeons, I think that's what you call them.
Yeah, all the summons.
Guardian Summons, Guardian Forces, Aeons. And I legit wrote at where they were, how to get them, blah, blah, blah. Chrono Trigger? Jesus. Like just the main, I was fine with the main quest. I just wish that they did more because obviously it was 1995. And now it's 2023, and there's like 7 side quests and literally what you just said. And I was like, I can't do this. Like just for a sword, I can't sit here and go to like 3 different worlds and you have to beat the hardest boss and it literally knows you need it and it just kills you on sight. Like, nah, I'm good. I gotta go back to it. Like, I have to play this offline just to get all the things together, and then I will play it again once I get to the final boss. Like that's where I'm like, I can't do that. Not in these times.
I think that's just because I think they've done so much of that because so many, like you're saying, so many games are open world now, and they want to fill it with as many things as possible. And it's funny because some people do the opposite. They know the story is short. So they'll do all the side quests. They'll find all the paintings. They'll find all the action figures, which I found by accident the other day on Destiny 2. I didn't even know the damn thing was there. I was like, oh, look, a Marvel Legends figure. What is this? Oh, Okoye? Cool. Yeah, I'll take that.
You went to go for the action figures. Yeah.
No, I wasn't looking for it. It was just there.
Accident.
Yeah, but I was like, what is this? And it said action figure. I was like, oh, this is what everybody's talking about. I know I'm not going to find the other ones. I don't care. But you'll have some people who will find, you need to find all the red balloons. Or pop all like in I think it's Arkham City. You have to pop all the balloons in the city.
Oh yeah.
Little things like some people will do all that stuff and then go to the game because they know that the game is going to end so quickly for them when they play. So it's funny to have the 2 different sides of the spectrum. Like I just want to do this. I don't have a lot of time. Like kids, I got a partner, I got work, I got a meeting, I got a proposal, I got all stuff I got to do. I just want to get a good hour in and knock out maybe 3 stages. Where some people are like, look, man, I'm trying to drain I paid $60 plus 20 for DLC.
Yeah.
I'm not even touching the main story. So it's always fun to see the two sides of it and go. But then you have somebody like me who's like, I just want to get the highest kill count. I don't care about anything. I don't care about any of that stuff.
For me, it's kind of like a pet peeve because like if I see something, like I'm gonna be sure to be like, I'm gonna be that black person in a heart and be like, oh, what's that? I shouldn't have done it. And I'm like, but see, if I see it and they don't give me context for it, it's gonna drive me nuts. I need to be like, I need to know what this is. Like, and the one time it's gonna be a Destiny reference when they were doing the security drones. When we first didn't know about them, I'm like, what are these big
yellow
orbs?
I remember.
They're just sitting in your face. I'm like, you can't shoot them down to explode, try and throw off grenades, you just special. I'm like, what is it? And you don't find out until like weeks later. Oh yeah, once you get the special weapon, then you can start blowing up. So you mean I have to go back and find these suckers? I'm like, I'm annoyed, but I'm like, I want to get rid of them because they just stared in my face, like in my face.
Because it was such an odd thing to have out. Like it's always great in a game where you see something that doesn't, and you go, this doesn't doesn't fit anything in the room. And you go over to it to try to interact, and none of the buttons, it doesn't say, hit X, hit O, hit
right.
triangle,
It's just
hit
there.
A, B. It doesn't. There's nothing there. But you're like, there's something. What is that? So yeah, that can annoy me, because you find out weeks later, that you have to do this or get this weapon, that you had to go through hell to get the weapon anyway.
It's like, bro, really?
But that's the beauty of being a gamer is, both sides of the spectrum. Hey, I want to see how fast I can do this game. Hey, I want to see if I can get all this. That's just the beauty of it, I suppose. So, yay, gamers.
Hey.
Anxiety and neurosis built up into one relaxing hobby.
How about it?
Where's the last one? I'm at 99%, and you've been through every. Like, I can't. I gotta go, and then you gotta go on like Wikipedia and the dark web and find out that it was behind the door of the other character's room. You had to do the X-ray vision,
and let's not forget the time where it's like you plan on playing for only 2 hours, and all of a sudden it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. You're like, oh shit!
God!
Crap! It's like, oh crap!
Is that the sun?
Right?
I had that happen with Fable, the first Fable.
Like,
when
I messed up.
And I was playing. I was like, yo, this because you get to make decisions. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. Animation cool. And then I was like, birds chirping at night? Like, why are they chirping so late? I looked and I said, oh, that's the sun. That's me. That's
like, oops.
I was lucky I had the next day off, but still.
Good. Good.
But yeah,
kept playing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I paid for like another hour, and then I took a good strong nap for like 4 hours, and I got up and I was like, now let me go wash, eat, and play some more Fable. Yeah.
There you go.
Let's go into it. All right, because why not? Our next story. I'm going to keep it going with comic book related things. So, excuse me. We all know Wonder Woman. This character has been around for, like decades, folks, decades. Well, we've seen the characters of Superman, Kal-El, and Bruce Wayne, Batman get children. Well, Wonder Woman is getting a daughter. They're going to be introducing Trinity, Diana's daughter, in Wonder Woman 800. I have
questions.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is a big thing. The issue will serve as a series finale of the current volume of Wonder Woman and provide a taste of things to come for the relaunch in Wonder Woman #1. That's going to be happening in September. Okay. Her codename is going to be Trinity. I don't think they have an actual name for her yet, possibly. The writers for this are going to be Tom King, who is, just one of the best out there, honestly. If you have not read The Vision from him, Miracle Man, Supergirl, they're amazing books. Go check them out, seriously. He has a wonderful way of deconstructing the superhero mythos and delving into the character so much deeper. It's really, really. The Vision one was just so. It makes you look at everyday human life and see it through the eyes of a robot and how they're breaking it down. They're saying the same things, but in such different words. It was that one was just really thought provoking. Anyway, an artist is going to be Daniel Sampier, who did Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. This is going to be an interesting one. I want to follow this through. I'm finishing through Trial of the Amazons, which was the big arc for summer, where it was Nubia was front and center, being the queen of the Amazons, no longer being the guardian of the door. And you have the trials of the Amazon, who was going to pick the next guardian of the door, of Doom's door, which was a big event, and it was beautifully done, and everyone who worked on that was so awesome. I loved it. But yeah, this is going to be a new thing. I want to check this out. I want to see where this goes. I'm not necessarily into the leading up to that big number, then going into #1 of something. Sometimes it feels like a cash grab. Sometimes I think it's, but it's also okay because people have a chance who don't know can go, oh, I can start from here and work their way up, what have you. I want to see what happens with this. I'm a fan of Damien. I'm a fan of, what's Kal-El's son's name is? John. I want to say, John. So I'm a fan of those. I've read.
Wait, which? Because technically, Superman has 2 kids.
Well,
depending on which version you're looking at, he has two kids. He has 2 boys.
well, of the continuity right now.
Oh, okay.
The Super Sons is Damon and
Oh, yeah.
John. Yeah,
Okay.
so them. So and they've been characters who have just been incredibly popular. I mean, they were so popular obviously that they did an animated movie, which is really good. I really enjoyed that movie. I mean,
I
you
still
catch
to
on
watch that.
HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really really good. And it has a different animation style. It's almost like a a digital like computer generated almost, but it feels so. Think of it like reboot 2023 as far as
Like the
like
cartoon reboot?
the cartoon. Yeah,
Okay.
think of it like no, it's really it's
I don't
so
like
fluid.
reboot.
Oh, you didn't like reboot?
No, I didn't like looking at it at all. But I get it. I'm just
Yeah,
like, oh no,
but it
reboot.
has that style, and so for Diana to have a daughter now, so then they can have that again, that next generation of the Holy Trinity
Mm-hmm.
is cool. I want to see what happens. I want to see how the daughter even comes about. That's why I didn't even read a lot of the article because I didn't want them to tell me. I want to see how that comes about.
I also
Everything.
that was my question.
Yeah,
Because from the, I mean, I'm obviously just going from the movie that I saw that one time that I bought. She didn't know a lot of stuff. Who the father?
yeah. But I'm like, who the daddy?
Well, I wouldn't go by the movie because it's going to be a whole different continuity.
I know,
I was just
know.
going in. I was going in
but-
general from like even from like the other comic book lores that I've read within Wonder Woman, because there's at one point she's either doing Superman or she's doing Batman. So it's like you never really know how those two like like what were to happen. Like I never read anything at the point where like they have kids in particular, so to speak. Like obviously we know the main one is obviously Superman, where to have kids would be with Lois. Batman technically wasn't with any true partners except for that one night stand with the Talia al Ghul to have Damian and stuff. But like, you know, he never like set aside, was like, all right, we're gonna build a family and I'm gonna have a child. No, you just banged a woman and then had a child and didn't realize until like almost 12 years later. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because of all that's the thing. It's like because of you have so many different continuities that were going around. Because I think in a couple of universes, Batman and Catwoman had a child, and it ends up being Helena, who is Huntress. In another one, what is it? I think in one, there's Superman and Wonder Woman do have a child. Then I think in another one, Aquaman and Wonder Woman have a child. So I think there are different types, but it happens in Marvel too. Like there's a universe where Black Widow and Captain America had a child.
Okay.
Like there, you know, always stuff like that. So I don't know what the particulars, but that's why I said I didn't read the whole thing because I want to be surprised when it happens. I want to know. I want to find out through reading the story because that'll just make me go, oh, wow, oh, okay. Like I like that feeling. I don't like knowing everything beforehand, unless it's something really ridiculous. But I like knowing the story beats anyway of them building a story. I want, since they've worked so hard writing and drawing and lining, the lines and the editing and coloring and everything like that and inking, I always want to be able to let the story unfold for me when I'm watching. Just like if I was watching a movie, I don't want to know everything. That's why I only watch one trailer of something and I don't watch it anymore.
And I don't want it to be male centered or male dominant either about that question. It was just kind of like interesting because I really didn't think about Wonder Woman having a child with anyone. Like I just never really thought about it. But I mean,
there's another option because Wonder Woman, in again different continuities, in one continuity, Wonder Woman is made from sand or clay.
Oh, so she just makes another one of her.
So that's a possibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, I don't know. But I don't know if that one has been retconned. It's so, sometimes it's so, I can understand why people don't read comics sometimes because it's so damn hard with like 50 different origin stories. But that's possibly one, which is kind of cool. But again, I don't know. And everything on Themyscira has changed with Nubia being there. Like it's a whole different world, and it's really cool. And for someone who's jumping into it like I am, it's cool to do like, oh, I'm there at like kind of the ground level. So I can understand why people would be like, I'm not going to read this. Honestly, or that's too much.
Honestly, I would laugh if it was the Flash's kid.
Oh no!
It's like it's two opposite people that you would never expect. Like honestly, I would give like say Superman, Batman, Aquaman, because they do have like that same like Greek mythology in a sense for Aquaman a little bit. So I can understand that. And then even if she wanted to go for Hawkman, I get it because they both have like that war mentality. As weird as it would be, I could see those two being together. But like I think like nope. But I think like between like the Flash and Martian Manhunter would be like the ones that'd be like completely out of like, you know, left field.
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter would be more hilarious to me for some reason. Because him just going, what?
What is a child?
Oh, I didn't know.
That's
well, I mean, he did have like a sense of children anyway before he came to Earth.
Yeah, he had, yeah.
He does know the sense of family, but it's like just those two together. It's like
like that would look just like I see her for some reason. I see her more with Aquaman, just because of how just kind of like just they're almost at like I mean, well, she literally is a god. But like Aquaman has that god too, like thing, and the fact that they had such a tumultuous relationship in Flashpoint, where there were Atlantis and Themyscira, the Amazons, were warring.
Oh, that's right.
But I think they ended up. I think they were warring because they had an affair. I think.
What?
During Flashpoint, I'm trying to.
I got jokes for days about this.
They did, but also they changed it because Wonder Woman killed what's her face.
Yeah,
I forgot, and then that's when they literally went to war.
So it's like
because Aquaman was cheating with Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
and then Homegirl got mad, and then Wonder Woman was like, "Nah, I'm gonna take your man and do what I want to do," and then that was it.
Yeah, I think she cut off her head.
Yep.
Maybe. I was like, right, yeah. That was a whole wild thing. That was a whole
what?
That whole storyline was that's all.
Yeah. It's on HBO Max.
What's the name of the thing?
I think was it Flashpoint? Yeah.
Yeah. Just go under the DC movies and you'll see it. It's the one where the Flash is actually the basis of kind of what the movie is going to be, but they're not going to have all of that in it. But it's kind of like that, what have you. Anyway, Jabba, your next story.
Yes. So as we know, it is starting to become the summer seasons, which means we will start getting more stuff related to gaming. But there's been a lot of hit and miss, especially with E3 being canceled multiple times, like, you know, throughout the years. And everybody pretty much going on their own as far as showcasing goes. But Microsoft's kind of been like, you know, in the gutter because they haven't really been producing anything as far as like new games go, honestly, like that, like, you know, get people to spend their money. So, like we just found out that Microsoft is confirms a date and time for the Xbox showcase, which will be in June. So technically speaking, that the showcase will be on June 11th of like, you know, this year. You'll be able to find it on YouTube. So if you go on like a Xbox or like type in like Microsoft, you'll find their YouTube page for it to be posted. Now, as far as what they're going to showcase, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like their basic, like, you know, top tier games, which is like Forza Motorsport. Let's see, maybe a Halo, because we haven't had a Halo game in a while. Who knows? We are also looking for like a new Gears because we haven't had a new Gears game. But yeah, so I'm kind of like, meh. I mean, yeah, they can also show like Minecraft and stuff, but like honestly, like, you know, Xbox really isn't doing it for me as far as like, you know, new games. Like the last one that they had me, at least for like story wise, in a chokehold was it Gears of War 6, and that's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Like Forza Motorsport is like more like an arcade game, where it's like I can get on and get off, where it's like I don't have to actually beat the game to play it, to like enjoy it. But like Gears is like I need to finish the story. I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, Gears is that franchise. Yeah, it's been that long. I love a series of that, like how they did like Halo. I love that.
Ooh, that would be good. They have enough stuff to go for it. But yeah, but that's what we have. So hopefully we'll see more, because I believe what we already had State of Play, if I'm correct, earlier past couple weeks for PlayStation. I'm pretty sure Nintendo's gonna do, or if we already missed it, their Nintendo Direct, because they usually do theirs about like 2 or 3 times out of the year, unless like, you know, they want to put something on hold and not say anything until they get everything in order. And like I said, with E3 being canceled this year, like they have to do something. Like Microsoft has to do something with their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny thing when you have an event like that you can showcase and it's canceled. You got to go, okay, that like what are we going to do? That was one of the things that with the pandemic, when things were canceled, companies started doing their own little events and cons, which was great. I kind of wish they would still do that, but since we're outside, everybody wants to go back to New York Comic Con and this and that and what have you. But I wish they would still do their own. I don't mean little as far as like to like demote them what have you, but like their own things. I wish they would. DC was doing it. I mean, everybody was doing it. I wish they would.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I like
Joy,
that.
what have you got?
More sadness. Unfortunately, more sadness. So so I saw this on the timeline and I thought that's very odd, but has anyone played or heard of the game MediEvil?
Absolutely. Iconic.
So I've played that as a demo years and years ago, and I did not as recently, played it on stream, and it was nice to go back to that nostalgic era point in my life. The supposed godfather / co-creator of the game is selling the art and other forms of property that he owns because he is affected by life's horrible obstacles and he needs to keep a roof over his head. And I was like, wait a second, you can do that? He's got a lot of artwork, a lot of unseen paperwork, documents, etc. of the MediEvil series, but unfortunately he does not own the IP. He does not own that. It's Sony's. And he did say in the article, or just in general, if he were to try to do that, he would have to deal with Sony's legal department. So I was like, oh my god, like it just sucks that there is someone that there's so many people that have the passion for gaming, and not only was he part of this, but he had done many other things in his career. I'm saying him. I don't remember his name right this second because I'm not looking at the article. But there's so many things that he's done in his career that was like, there should be no reason why I'm in this predicament, but here we are. And obviously because it's so iconic, it's going to be a pretty penny. And I was like, bro, you're literally telling us you're on hard times and you're talking about you need to sell this for like a lot of money. So part of me would be like, oh, that'd be cool to have a piece of MediEvil somewhere in my possession. But at the same time, I'm like, sir, I don't know who you think is buying these things.
You'd be surprised.
I don't know. But I mean, shout out to him. I was looking at his Twitter because that's where he posted his main call for help, his main cry for help. I'll read it briefly. I was very much like, I can't believe you even decided to do this. This was posted at least a day ago. It was. So it's his name, aka his name is James J. Gunn, but his name is not J. Gunn. He said, it is with a heavy heart that I have decided to sell my entire archive of art and gameplay design for MediEvil. This was work that I undertook as the game's lead game designer, art director, concept art, level design, co-writer, and voice/actor director. So the man is all up in it.
He is the IP. What are you talking about? Like he's the living IP.
He said, due to changes in my personal life and the protracted situation trying to obtain video game work, interviews can span 2 months, means that I am in financial woes. This archive of game design work spans hundreds of handcrafted original drawings, designs, and maps made by me. So I was just like, bro, this, oof. And I mean, he goes on to say in the thread, like, there's plenty of things he's done, so much paperwork, huge collection of game design from the original PlayStation era, why he's having an issue. People are confused as to why he's had such an expansive career and they won't hire him. He's very sad that he is selling his stuff. And of course, he's sad that he even has to write this. He's embarrassed about it. But at the end, he just said, P.S. Thanks for all the recommendations to publish the artwork and designs as a book. Sadly, I do not own the MediEvil IP. Would fall, and I know this is probably a typo or something, but it says, this is the sentence structure, and this is what he said. Sadly, I do not own the MediEvil IP. Would fall foul of Sony's legal department. And it says, and if Sony were to publish such a work/book remastered from my original work, I would receive no royalties.
That part, unfortunately.
So, yeah, that's his whole thing. And I just, just to see someone, especially of that game, like, I enjoyed the game so much, and for PlayStation or Sony to have done it again, like to have done the remake that I played on PlayStation 4, I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy that they even decided to bring this back. And now from someone who is, crying out for help, like, hey, I really do need assistance, guys. Like, this ain't no joke. I'm struggling here for such a, to me, iconic game. I just can't believe that this is what, this has come to. But shout out to him. I mean, I hope he does get the help that he deserves, that he needs. He doesn't say altogether what it is. He doesn't go into detail. But yeah, he's out here. So I don't know. I feel like if there are, I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of other. Where even is the book that I have? I'll show you a book. Like, I bought this from Demetrios, aka Everyone Comics, aka Anyone Comics. I picked up this book called How to Design a Game. Like, it brings me hope, because it's like, oh wow, there's a comic that I can read and then hopefully get another book on how to design a game. But at the same time, you have a whole plethora of issues when it comes to even being a game designer and how you may not get money. Like, you just put your entire love and life into a game. That can fade into another book that I read too. You could put your entire life in a game and then get nothing back for it. Also, read the book Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, which also details the entirety of a game creator's life. It's a work of fiction, but literally, I'm just like publicity all day. How you can design a whole game, and how this one game you can be fixated with your entire life, and then you fall on hard times too. So again, I'm giving you two different things in one story.
That's crazy.
I mean, hopefully with this tweet, I mean, we've seen, like things like this happen. Hopefully with this tweet and it bringing more of a light to him, someone will, I mean, especially for him to rattle off all those things that he did for the game, someone will say, hey, we've got this coming up. We're working on this. How would you like to do this? And someone will hire him, and it will help him out, because selling the stuff as an art book, he's not going to get anything from it. But hopefully, I mean, he wouldn't be able to, I should say. But then that might give Sony the idea to do it, and they'll do it.
True.
Which would just be petty. Hopefully someone will hire him after seeing this tweet, and he'll get back up on his feet and not just survive, but thrive, because it's hard out there, especially the last few years. So fingers crossed that he gets hired for having such an illustrious and iconic career.
Yeah. So.
For that, I think that's all of it, right? We're all done with our stories and such today.
We just got one more for a quick bong on a budget. And I'll run right through this because everybody likes to get some free stuff when it's available to them.
Heck yeah.
All right. So as we know, Nintendo has been a big hot topic for this past week because of Legend of Zelda. And amongst other things, right now we just got a recent article on the 14 best free-to-play games on Nintendo Switch right now. Like right now. So obviously I'm going to go down the list. Y'all can read the article when you want to, but we obviously got Fortnite. Then we got Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. We got Rocket League. We got Apex Legends. We got Overwatch 2. We also have we have a Warframe. We have Fallout Shelter. We do have Super Kirby Clash, which I might get because I like Kirby. We have Pokemon Quest. We have the Elder Scrolls Blades. And then we have Brawlhalla. And we have Just Dance 2023. we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, and we have Sky Children of the Light. So if y'all want some free games, y'all better go to the Nintendo store right now. Like right now, and go get some free games. Y'all welcome.
Those
Folks,
games.
that was
those
keeping
sound
on the budget.
Yes. Those sound so much better than what Sony's been doing with their PlayStation Plus catalog. Because I don't know about y'all, but
I don't even want to talk about it.
every time May comes around, that they just have crap. Like literally, I don't know what it is they're doing.
The last couple of months, I've been like, yeah, no, you can keep it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good. It's
Don't get
free.
it.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm
So
going to
shout
keep
to
playing this game
Nintendo.
that I bought.
Sad.
You can keep that, baby. You keep that. Baby.
I'm trying. I'm like, I was looking just before this. I was like, wait, did they change the lineup again on the free things? Because
That ain't a lineup. They just
Yeah,
pulled
right?
that out the drawer, and it was laundry day, and I was like, well, what can I wear to do the laundry?
because I was
It's
looking.
just not. It's
'Cause
that
the
list
ones-
ain't listing.
The ones that I got, I mean, again, shout out to those, that actually cared for what the thing was. I just download them because they're there. The only one that sounded exciting to me was Descenders, which was the bike game, like the motocross bike
okay.
game.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
is it motocross? It's like when you have the bike down the hill.
Motocross.
Yeah,
Which is
motocross, yeah.
basically to me downhill domination, which I was talking about months and months ago back that I have on my phone now. But they had that one, Chivalry 2, and Grid Legends. And I'm like, I don't
No, I'm
what?
good.
Okay.
good.
And I'm not paying extra for no PlayStation Plus extra or the other thing, the plus, the extra, the premium.
I'm not paying for Plus Ultra, so I don't.
Exactly. So shout out to Nintendo, Jabbachan.
Sorry, Java. Yes, but I did make that reference. Yes, I did. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I saw you. It took you a second. Your face switched up real quick. You said, does he know what he just said? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think I'm on like episode 40 something. I ended up just starting from scratch and starting over again because I was so far behind that I said I'll just keep watching. So yes, those free games ain't been
doing what
right
they need
lately.
to do.
They really haven't been, and it's okay because I have a whole list of games to play that I have to finish up. Ghosts of Tsushima, and which is beautiful, and Mass Effect, and all the types of games I paid for. I'll finish those before I finish the free ones, honestly.
True.
So, folks, that's the show. You've got information on everything, gaming, TV, free games, geeking on a budget, as always. Thank you, Java. You have information on Zelda, Hyrule, everything that's going on. Whoopi Goldberg. Who thought that you would be mentioning Whoopi Goldberg during the Geek Culture show?
Mm-hmm.
You got it. There's everything. So, on that note, you all have a very good evening from
Jabba.
Where can we find you at?
Twitch, Instagram, all that good stuff.
And Joy.
Hey, you can find me on Twitch, YouTube, all the things, all the social media platforms. Just check us out.
And you can catch me under the Hungry Bleak on Twitch and on Facebook. Folks, you all have a very good evening. Enjoy it. Since we are here on Monday, I want to say happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thank you for very much. We enjoy you as well. Special shout out to all of our mothers and the people who made us who we are and raised us. Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you and I love you. Thank you. Also, thank you to Lois. You're amazing. Cherry tomatoes forever. Folks, have a good time. We will see you next Monday